नहीं किया था. हाँ, फिर से बोल देते हैं, मेरे को क्या फर्क पड़ता है. Bharata Puna, we are in Adhyatma Ramayana, chapter 9, Ayodhyakand, 52nd verse. Bharata Punarahedam Bhaktya Gadgadaya Gira Navapancha Samante Tu Prathame Devase Yadi Nagamishyasi Chedrama Pravishami Mahanalam Badamityeva Tam Ramo Bharatam Sanyavartayata Sasainya Savishthascha Shatrugna Sahita Sudhi Matrubhirmantribhi Sardham Gamanayopachakrame. So our Bharatji Maharaj has given the sandals which he has brought with him from Ayodhya to make, and clothes also, to crown Sri Ram as the king and take him back, but he refuses. Both of them are stuck to their vow that Pran jai par vachan na jai. This is the tradition of the Suryavanshis, Raghukula. रघुकुल रीत सदा चली आई, प्राण जाई पर वचन न जाई. So Ramchandra ji is also stuck on his vow that I have given a word to my mother and father that I am going to do this, and Bharat ji is also stuck on his vow that you have to come, I will not go back, you become the king and I will go for the forest for 14 years. And at that time, yesterday, last class we told you, at that time Ramchandra ji just looked at Vasishtha like from the corner of his eye, and जो सुलझा हुआ है उसको इशारा काफ़ी होता है. You don't need to tell too many words. Sage Vasishtha immediately understood. He said, he took Bharatji, he took him aside and he said, your brother Sri Ram is Lord Narayana himself. I didn't know that. He is the Lord himself. Sita ji is the Shakti and you are his part. He has got a job to do. He has to kill the demon Ram. So don't Ravan, sorry, not demon Ram, demon Ravan, and don't insist on taking him back, because then the whole cycle of creation will get disturbed. This is the purpose of his incarnation. And then Bharatji understands because how could Ram tell him? Ram himself doesn't accept that he is a Narayana, because inside he may know. Inside every one of you are being reminded by us, by the scriptures again and again and again. We keep banging. You are God in essence. You are the spirit in essence. You are the infinite consciousness. हाँ ठीक है अभी खाने के लिए क्या बना है? अबे तेरे की. हाँ तो रामचंद्र जी, difference is he knows. After Yoga Vasishtha he came to know, but he doesn't show, and he will not. If someone says, no, I am only your sevak, no, I am only your son, no, I am only I have to take care of the people, that he will never show his greatness. And that is, what is that? Where these two fellows, Vidya Vinayana Shobhate. Wherever there is wisdom, there is humbleness. That's why these two fellows have come together. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Vinay, आई नहीं विद्या. अच्छा विद्या नहीं आई. Oh, okay. Learn something from Daddy Mummy, okay? So you didn't hear what I said till now. Wisdom looks beautiful only where there is humbleness. Understood? Not like you, always arguing with me. No, I never did it. I already started. Okay, anyway. So this was the background. So when he comes to know that it is the Lord himself, he understands. Then, but some solution has to be had. He doesn't want to go back and sit on the throne. So this idea that I will give him the sandals and I'll take the sandals that which he has worn. He's not going to wear the sandals because he has taken a vow to walk bare feet. So for his sake, Ramchandra ji wears those golden sandals, and Bharat ji takes those sandals on his head all the way back, and now we are coming He spoke with a shocked voice with devotional and affection emotions. If you do not reach Ayodhya on the very first day after the expiry of 14 years, I shall enter a huge sacrificial fire. Look at it from spiritual angle. Adhyatma Ramayana. What does it mean? Socho zara, brainstorm. That if you do not reach on the day specified, 14th, last day of the 14th year, I will enter the sacrificial fire. What do you understand by that spiritually or sadhana point of view? Way? What should be our disposition? What? Socho.
Is it possible, Swamiji, that it means that if we don't realize our oneness, then the sacrificial pit might mean the cycle of birth and death? We keep going, coming in, coming back.
Good.
Before we enter our fire, like we die, we have to get the realization.
Before this body is burnt away, we want to realize. So he says, if you don't, so, but here he's saying the other way, that if you don't come, I will enter into fire. It's always the Lord or the Atma, it's always a revelation. You cannot make it come. Understand? First thing. So Ramchandraji has to come on the specified time. And what is 14 years? Some places it is told 12 years of tapas. Some places it is told 14 years of tapas. I did 14 years of tapas, not 12 years. See? So 14 years tapas. So after 14 years, the Lord must reveal himself. Lord must grace himself. See? And for that, I am ready to finish myself off completely as a sacrifice to him. Are we ready to do that? Bhagwan ki majal wo na aaye. Aayega. But our commitment is never that 110%. It's always 70, 80, 50. Complete commitment. So that is the meaning here, that we are ready. सब कुछ दाव पे लगा दिया. दाव पे लगाना मैं समझ गया. Everything is put at stake. That means your individuality, your body, your senses, your breath, your mind, your convictions, everything is put at stake. I am ready to immolate everything that I think I am if you don't reveal yourself. Then alone single pointedness happens as a seeker. Ananyas chintayanto mam. Remember this verse again and again. Ananyas means exclusively remember him. Exclusively, there's no moment, there's no iota of time where you allow yourself to be indulgent in something else other than the remembrance of the Lord or the Spirit. इस टाइप की अंदर से धड़ास होनी चाहिए, अंदर से इस टाइप की प्यास होनी चाहिए. समझ रहे हो what I'm saying? This type of thirst should be there, yearning should be there, and this is shown through the words of Bharatji, because of his devotion, because of his surrender, because of his love for that higher. Now he has come to know that he is Lord Narayana. So even more so, it becomes, he would have taken this vow anyway, but now after you know that he is Narayana, if you read Sai Baba's Charitra, so many people are told this is the Lord himself, but how many people fight that? Some people immediately accept it, isn't it? The same way it is here. Here also, Bharatji immediately accepts it and makes a fierce vow of finishing himself off if he doesn't appear on the last day. And then here he says, I shall enter a sacrificial Maha Analam. Pravishami Maha Analam. Maha, great. Analam means fire, a great fire. Bhadamityeva tam Ramo Bharatam Sanya Vartayata. And then Ram said, all right, whatever you say shall so be it. Tathastu. Bhadam. Okay. Bhadam means okay. Ramova Sanya Vartayata means okay, now you carry on. You have to take care of the kingdom. You have left it alone. You have brought the whole army. What if someone else? I'm just thinking loudly here. It is not he has not said that, but he said, okay, now you be on your way. In Tulsi Ramayana and other places, it's also said, because he came with such a huge army, he came with all the citizens, how much taxing it is on the forest to feed so many people. For one day, Bharadwaj Muni, through his Kamadhenu cow, fed everyone. But what about one day they will empty the whole forest of all the fruits and tubers and plants that can be eaten. It's a huge army. And next day, then what will animals eat? What will birds eat? So it's time for him to be sent back, and therefore Bharatam Sanya Vartayata Sasainya Savishthascha Shatrugna Sahita Sudhi. So along with the army, along Savasishta, so along with Vasishta ji, along with Shatrugna ji, Bharat, Sudhi, Bharat, Matrubhir Mantrivi, and also along with his mothers, 3 mothers, Kausalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra, and Mantrivi, all the ministers that who had accompanied them, Sardham Gamanaya Upachakrame, and they all started getting ready to go back. Gamanaya, for the Gamanaya, you have not done it. We have done up to only till instrumental case. So dative case is for the sake of. So for the sake of going, they started making all preparations. And continuing, Kaikeyi Ramame Kante Sravanne Sravannetra Jala Kula Pranjali Praha He Rama Tava Rajya Vighatanam Krutam Maya Dushtadhiya Maya Mohita Chetasa Kshamaswa Mama Dairatmyam Kshamasara Hi Sadhavaha. At about this time, Kaikeyi met Sri Ram at a secluded place and prayed to him most tearfully with folded hands. Now, it was because of her firki of her mind. Why that had happened? Why she had behaved in that manner? Was it her fault? Saraswati came and sat on her tongue. See? So, but now all that effect is over. She has come to her senses. She has lost her son, respect of her son. She has lost respect of the society. The other mothers are not talking to her. The respect in the eyes of the ministers has gone. So she has become a loner now. Nobody to. And she wants to again regain her dignity. See? And why she is not broken? Because she is a Kshatriya. Kshatriya people never accept defeat. that dynamism and फायर इनसाइड शुड बी देयर इनसाइड एवरी वन ऑफ अस. नहीं तो किसी ने थोड़ा सा बोला मेरे साथ ऐसे बोलता है, मैंने उसके लिए इतना किया एंड ही स्पीकिंग लाइक दैट टू मी और शी स्पीकिंग लाइक दैट टू मी. Whole life I have been serving him or her and now they are behaving like this. This is all फुस लोग है ये कोई अंदर वो नहीं है, क्या कहते हैं, फायर नहीं है, कमिटमेंट नहीं है, यानी the ability to rise above the situations that comes if you have fire inside. ऐसम की तैसी देखा जाएगा, आगे बढ़ते हैं चलो. हाँ, so here because she is a warrior, she has helped Dasharatha to win the war for the Devas against Asuras. So she comes, but she understands. She loves Sri Ram the most, more than her son. But at that time, it happened because of, as you said, Saraswati came and sat. She came with her folded hands and she said, Pranjali praha he Rama tava rajya vighatanam. Being misled by or being under the spell of the delusionary or deceptive powers of your Maya, this wicked me had created hurdles in your anointment. See, how does she know? By your Maya. Maybe the son has told his mother that he is Lord Narayana himself. So in between, suddenly the details are missing, but we can only imagine the to invoke a different disposition, and no son hates his mother, even though he has said all this about his mother, but he doesn't hate her because she has given him birth. So how do I absolve my mother of her sins? That will be his disposition. So when he must have come to know, it's not written here, huh? It's not written anywhere else. I'm just thinking loudly. He must have, while the preparations were going on, he must have told his mother, what sage Vashita told me, that he is the Lord Narayana himself. The moment she must have heard he is Lord Narayana, घंटी बज गई होगी अंदर. And immediately she found some time and took Ramchandra ji aside and expressed her what you call क्या बोलेंगे, confession of apology. Confessed her apology, and she says that now, because that's why she's saying what, krutam maya dushta dhiya, by me, the dushta dhiya, because of my corrupted intellect. And why did I did this bad act? Krutam is the act, was done by me. Why? Maya mohita chetasa, because the Maya had taken over my chetas. Chetas is my mind. It can take anyone. That's why divorces happen. Well, that's why marriages also happen. Why only divorces? See? Kshamasva mama dauratmyam, kshama sara hi sadhava. So she says that, so here it is written that deceptive powers of your Maya mohita chetasa. It is not said that your Maya, but if we take the English that is given there, then I am thinking loudly that Bharatji must have told her. But otherwise, she has come to recognize, जैसे होता है ना, कभी एक आवेश आ जाता है, and then you realize, अरे, why did I get angry? Sometimes a deep hunger comes and you, whatever is there, you suddenly realize, why did I eat all that junk? I could have waited for 5 minutes and eaten good food. See? So that avesh. So this is what she is recognizing, that the Maya had taken over her mind, and because of that, these words were uttered by her tongue. This me had created hurdles in your anointment. That's what happened one day before he was to be crowned the crown prince. So, kshamasva mama dauratmyam. So, you should excuse me and forgive me for my wickedness. Kshama sara hi sadhava. Because saintly people are always forgiving by nature. What is sadhu bhav? Sadhava. Sadhava is sadhu. Who is a sadhu? Who forgives and forgets all the wrongs that are done to him. Because that's in the past. He again accepts you. He again gives you the chance to correct it. थोड़ी देर के लिए करेगा, साईं बाबा भी करते थे, फिर उसके बाद ट्रीटमेंट आ जाता था. हाँ, you remember that story that one Baniya, he came and he with his wife he came, and he said to Shirdi Sai Baba, I want to know Brahman. ब्रह्म ज्ञान, भाई ब्रह्मन और ब्रह्म ज्ञान चाहिए. तो in front of him, he asked one of the young girls, hey, I need to put oil in all these lamps, and go to the corner kirane ki dukan and you get the oil from him and tell them Babaji has asked. Shirdi Baba has asked. So she goes, she comes back, she says, no, he's asking for money. And Baba said, Arey, money? You go and tell him that thoda sa to de do, give little bit, The baniya is there in his pocket, so much money is there, but he is not ready to give part with them even a little bit, but he wants Brahma Gyan. Bharatji is ready to immolate himself for a revelation of Ram. Here the baniya, the businessman, is not ready to part with 5 rupees also for the oil, but for the guru, but he wants Brahma Gyan. So 2-3 times that girl goes and comes back, and this fellow, his hand is in his pocket, he is holding the money and is playing with it, but he is not ready to part with the rupees. And then when everything gone, Shirdi Sai Baba is just dilly-dallying, he's not giving him answer, then he gets angry. He says, why don't you tell me? फिर उसको बताते हैं कि if you can't even part, you want the greatest of knowledge and you are holding on to the wealth. What are you ready to sacrifice? You can't even sacrifice 5 rupees. That was an opportunity. This is how the gurus test. They don't say that we are testing, but you are always under observation. You are always under testing. Always. A teacher's job is not, even in classroom, the teacher's job used to be see who is attentive, who is not attentive, who is sharp, who is dull, for whom she should or he should spend more time, what guidance, किसी को strictness चाहिए, किसी को प्यार चाहिए, किसी को थोड़ी सी help चाहिए, हर एक के साथ अलग अलग behavior होता था. So same way, in the spiritual journey also, the teacher is always checking out the disposition of the seeker. If you consider yourself seeker, nothing goes amiss from the teacher. Okay? तो उस तरीके से anyone who came to Shirdi Sai Baba, कोरा पर्चा, सब कुछ पता है क्या है उसके बारे में. So we are talking about sadhava. It's a plural. So sadhu and all the saints or sages or wise people, sadhavaha, wise people, they are by nature forgiving. And therefore, O Shri Ram, you must forgive me also because you are a saint. Now, why she has said it? Because of his knowledge, because she has come to know that he is Lord Narayana himself, because the effect of Maya has now dissolved, and suddenly she realized that this is my same Ram, what have I done to him? He used to be so dear, he used to always be with me, and now I have sent him away. How did this happen? Then now she is repenting. Tvam sakshat Vishnuravyaktah Paramatma Sanatanaha Maya Manusha Rupena Mohayasya Khilam Jagata Tvayaiva Prerito Lokaha Kurute Sadhva Sadhuva Twadadhinamidam Vishwam Aswatantram Karoti Kim Yatha Krutrimanartarkyo Nrityanti Kuhake Chaya. Now it confirms. There are two ways again of looking at it. Either Bharat has told her that he's Vishnu, or out of her, because now the delusion has gone, the Maya has left her mind, a newfound recognition that she's in the presence of divinity. Sometimes people feel that way when they are in presence of people, Mahatmas. So she says, you are personification of Lord Vishnu himself, are the unmanifest supreme soul and the eternal being. So now this is total 180 degrees turn from what she said before. See, suddenly this is what happens to us also. When the effect of Maya, the control of Maya, the clutches of Maya melts away by continuously remembering the divine name, then anyone you meet is divinity. Because transformation is not outside, transformation is in here. Your mind has transformed, it has surrendered to the divine, As a result, the light of the divine has washed the entire mind, and that mind includes the whole creation. How do you know creation? By way of thoughts. So every thought has become divinized in the light of consciousness. And that light, when it comes out of the five senses, everything that is sees, touches, hears, smells, feels, everything is divine. Dekho, this is the way. So our goal is not to realize the Lord. Our goal is to purify ourselves and understand purification is only possible when we are committed to the divine. So don't look for, this bhav should be there that I want the revelation of the Lord. But it should not become mechanical. जब तक भाव नहीं है तब तक purification नहीं होगा. भाव चाहिए, intensity चाहिए, commitment चाहिए. A single pointedness is required, commitment is required. The feeling that the Lord or the divinity is not other than who I am, that He is present in me, He is functioning through me, yet He is hidden from me. How is this possible? Cry out, call out. Then when you are single pointedly not thinking about obstacles, not thinking about problems, not thinking about your health, not thinking about heat, cold, hunger, thirst, not thinking about past or future, not thinking about who praised you, who insulted you, then maybe the revelation, the Lord will reveal Himself, or the Atma will reveal itself. And in that revelation, your vision transforms. Everything becomes divine instantaneously. Instantaneously. It doesn't happen slowly. Slowly means the sun rises slowly. Then the daylight comes and permeates the earth. It doesn't happen that way. It happens one spontaneous, boom, everything over. But for that boom to happen, surrender must happen also, boom. As long as you are slowly sleeping, you have not slept. But when sleep comes, एक क्लिक में सब गायब हो जाता है ना. Similarly, when you are waking up, when you have woken up, you wake up like that. After that, you may linger in the sleep. That is a different matter. But you wake up in one shot. You cannot half be in sleep and half awake. You cannot. That's a way of speaking. But you are awake. See? So same way with this divinity also. When it reveals with a big bang. And in that moment, everything becomes, everything expresses or is seen. Not only it is without a thought. You see yourself as the light of consciousness, and whatever you see also is nothing but light of consciousness. Or in the language of devotion, you see Ram expressing through you, within you, in every aspect, and you see Ram everywhere. Gopi wali vision ban jati hai. Krishna, 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 Krishna everywhere. So catch these few words of Kaikeyi, the disposition of Kaikeyi is teaching us this. This cannot happen just like that. She must have repented for her actions. She's not a stupid woman. She's a highly intelligent, highly dynamic, highly capable woman. So she has worked out that something has gone wrong, man. She had enough time, 13, 14 days, 15 days. And that she has worked out. And it is not to make Ramchandra ji happy she is saying all this. She is genuinely saying this happy, these words. So here she says, so now she's foregoing all responsibility. She is foregoing all responsibility. By either Bharatji has told her that he is Vishnu, or she has come to realize he is Vishnu, and therefore suddenly her language changes. Maya manusha rupena mohayasya akhilam jagata You cast a spell of illusion and deception to divert the attention of the world by your illusionary, false but seemingly true body of a human being. So you have made me deluded. You made me say this so that your Leela can continue. What is going to happen in the future, she doesn't know. Or maybe Bharat has already told that his purpose is to kill Ravan. See. Can you bring yourself to this disposition where you every moment remember that these words are coming out by the will of Sri Ram. This hand is moving because of will of Sri Ram. All these fellows who are listening to me are nothing but expressions of Sri Ram. Everything is Sri Ram. Can we bring ourselves to that? और फिर उसके बीच में भी राम को भूल जाते हैं, फिर कुछ और याद आ जाता है. See? It is at your insistence or inspiration that people do good, auspicious or evil, inauspicious deeds. Yatha krutrim anartar kyo nrityanti kuha kechaya. Nrityanti, dance. The good and bad deeds dance by your will. And what is the will of the Lord? His Shakti. His Maya is His will. See? So she has washed her hands off. It is not my responsibility. Now that I come to know that you are the Lord Narayana Himself, I did not commit any mistake. Whatever happened is by your Maya Shakti. This recognition. So imagine suddenly what state she was in and where she has arrived within herself. She has come to a very exalted state. Who? Kaikeyi. The ordinary person will not speak like this. See? The whole world is subservient to you. Since it is not independent, it cannot do anything on its own. So this is a diplomatic way of saying that I am not responsible for anything that happened. It is your Maya, it is you. By your will, meaning by if you did not want it, then your Maya would not have functioned accordingly. And if you wanted it, therefore Maya made me deluded and make me speak those words, and you were sent for 14 years. And she's saying that diplomatically in the sense, it is whenever we speak to people, we should not speak as I. Our culture teaches us hum. Aham nahi, vayam. हिंदी में भी मैं फिर बकरी बन जाते हैं हम. तो क्या बोलना चाहिए? हम स्कूल जाएंगे, हम अब सोने जाएंगे. So that is more culturally correct. So here she is taking the universal statement rather than a personal statement. When you say hum, everyone is included. When you say I, it is only you. So we don't say मैं खाना खाने जा रहा हूँ, चलो अब हम सब खाना खाने जा रहे हैं, प्रसाद लेने चलते हैं, हम सब, मतलब automatically in that you are already included. Understand? So same way, since it is not independent, it cannot do anything on its own. So no person in this creation, not even a grain of sand, can move without your wishes, without your will, because it is not separate from you. The Ishvara, the Lord, what is He? The two things. He is the Upadan Karan and Nimitta Karan. He is the material out of which the whole creation is created, and He is the creator of the whole creation. So both is He. Material also is He, or creator also is He. So how can be anything outside the divine? We take it as divinity. You take that divinity to be Ram or Lakshman, or not Lakshman, Krishna or Shiva, whatever you want. Or Om also is okay. It cannot do anything on its own, just as a puppet dances to the tune of maverick player. So the whole creation is dancing, you are the puppeteer of the whole creation. Now don't imagine God sitting there और उंगलियां हिलाते हुए बैठा है, हम सब नाच रहे हैं. ऐसे नहीं हो रहा है. You cannot, we can give you different examples, but no example is equal to the exact thing that is taking place. These are only ways of impressing on your mind, or bringing cognition to your mind that you are not doing it, someone higher is doing it. Because in our daily living at the body level, we have no experience how something can be created by someone who is the material also and the creator also. Mother is the creator of a child, correct? But she needed the seed from outside. And then the child is born, she sees that child separate from outside, isn't it? She's seeing separate. But divinity does not see like that. Divinity sees everything as the self alone in the light of consciousness. So it is inexplicable. It is beyond words. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. That reality, that divinity, call it Ram, Krishna, जब तक तुम उसको आकार देते हो, till you give it a form, it is accessible. But when you go to the essence of that form, like we saw in Bhagavad Mahapuran, that you go between the two lips, between the two eyes, or between the 2 feet and merge into the divinity, that is the essence of that form also. Then there the words cannot reach. Yato vacho nivartante. Whatever words you reach, they will go, and they, without revealing it, they will come back. And aprapya manasa saha, the mind cannot comprehend it. Why? Mind is coming and going. Words are coming and going. This reality is not coming and going. It is permanent. Find out in yourself what is permanent, which is not coming and going. Like this screen is permanent, and all the shlokas are coming and going, isn't it? Find out within yourself what is permanent as compared to what is not permanent, what is fleeting. Body is changing, hair is growing, nails are growing, mouth cannot shut up. Breathing is going in and out, eyes are continuously blinking. No, you cannot close the ears, you cannot close the mouth, you cannot close the nose. You cannot close them. Data is continuously coming in. You have not learned how to close the mind. Continuously thinking. And if there is no thought, why there is no thought? So continuously going on. See? So all this is fleeting, changing. When you come to the intellect, then waking, dream, deep sleep, they are also coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. Who knows all this? Who knows all this? I. There is some witness, no? Who knows that the waking, dream, deep sleep have come and gone. At the mind level, thoughts and emotions have come and gone. At the sensory level, the stimuli have come and gone. At the outside level, day and night have come and gone, isn't it? Hunger, thirst has come and gone. Heat and cold have come and gone. Someone is knowing it. Has he come and gone? If he takes a role, he has come and gone. If he becomes a husband, wife comes, husband comes, wife goes, husband goes. Then child comes, father comes, child goes, father goes. So with respect to the body, the knower of the body is there. With respect to the breath, the knower of the breath is there. With respect to the thoughts, the knower of the thoughts is there. With respect to the waking, dream, deep sleep, the witness is there. So be that witness, the unchanging principle. This is very, very direct. If you didn't understand this, chant the name of the Lord. Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, lage raho. Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, lage raho. It will take you there. Any mantra will take you there. In this manner, and this is why am I explaining all this? Because this is the opportunity. That's why we are studying the scriptures. Okay. अध्यात्म रामायण है, इधर स्टोरी का भी एंजॉय करो, यू एंजॉय द स्टोरी ऑल्सो, एंड वॉट एवर इज द डीपर मीनिंग यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट ऑल्सो. कंटिन्यूइंग. त्वदधीना तथा माया नर्तकी बहुरूपिणी त्वयैव प्रेरिताहं च देवकार्यं करिष्यता पापेष्ठं पापमनसा कर्माचरमरिन्दमा अद्य प्रतीतोऽसि मम देवानामप्यगोचरः. In a similar way, this Maya in the form of a dancer assumes different forms. Tvad adhina, she is subservient. Adhin means subservient. She is subservient to you, and this Maya is a dancer. Dancer bolenge. Maya nartaki bahurupini, and taking that form of a dancer, she takes various forms. And what are the various forms? This entire creation is the dance of Maya. It is not the dance of the Purusha principle. It is not the dance of Ram. It is the dance of Sita which is making this whole thing appear. Including the form of Ram is because of Sita. Shakti, Maya, Prakriti gives the form to the Ishvara. Ishvara by nature is Nirgun Nirakar, formless and attributeless. It is the Shakti, Prakriti, call it Parvati, call it Saraswati, call it Lakshmi, call it Sita, call it your wife. She gives you the form. She gives you she is the creator of the creation. How does she create the creation? Through her sattva rajas tamas tendencies. Can she do it by herself? No. She needs the backing of the Ishvara. So just like in the previous example, I was taking you through the world, through the body, through the senses, through the mind, through the waking, dream, deep sleep. We said, what is that constant who doesn't change? The spirit, the consciousness, isn't it? Similarly, in our case, what is the Shakti? What is the Parvati? What is the Sita? The mind. But is our mind Sita? Does it have the qualities of Sita? Does it have the qualities of Parvati? Does it have the qualities of Saraswati? If not, then make it like that. Make it like that. So at the totality level, Ishvara Prakriti, at the individual level, spirit and the mind. Our job is to bring about the integration. The integration is the Mahamaya, where she is not even expressing as Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. She is not even expressing as three. She is the Moola Prakriti, unmanifest Prakriti, which you access every night when you go to sleep. Every night. Which you access in Samadhi. But there also be, there is void. तुम्हारी असम की तैसी अंधेरे में फंसे रहते हो, बाहर का अंधेरा अंदर ले जाते हो. See, it's so deeply ingrained in us that there is something called darkness. There is nothing called darkness. There is only consciousness. It is so deeply ingrained in us that there is variety. No, there is only one who is appearing as many. Ekam द्वितीय नानास्ति किंचन. One alone is appearing. There is no many waves. There is only one ocean which is appearing as all the waves. Go further back. There is only one water on which the appearance of the cause and effect called ocean and wave is happening. And how is it happening? It seems to be happening, but nothing is happening. Just like husband and wife appear to manifest, but actually nothing has happened. Man is still man, woman is still woman. But दोनों बेवकूफ इमेजिनरी रोल में अपने आप को परेशान करके घूमते रहते हैं. सिर्फ imaginary marriage, imaginary divorce, imaginary all happinesses and joys on account of anything you create relationship with. Not only husband and wife, anything you create a relationship with. The only way you can be in bliss if you convert the entire experience of the world into a divine experience. And that is not possible outside. It is possible only inside if we think in this manner. And look at our Kaikeyi, suddenly the penny has dropped for her. Suddenly wisdom is coming out of her. That lady 15 days ago, she was saying such evil words, such nasty words. She is saying this Maya in the form of a dancer assumes different forms, that is, performs different deeds and creates different illusions, emotions, behaviors, relationships, etc., but is inherently dependent on you, just as this mind of yours cannot function without the witnessing consciousness, without the I consciousness. Similarly, that Prakriti, that Maya, that Sita, that Lakshmi, that Parvati, that Moola Prakriti cannot function without the Ishvara, the constant principle. Prakriti is the changing principle, Ishvara is the unchanging principle. If he is everywhere and she is everywhere, then find out what is the unchanging principle within you and what is the changing principle within you. Story over. But where are we lost? बाकी सब चीज़ों में हम इसके बारे में हम चिंतन नहीं करते. We don't contemplate on this aspect. If you contemplate on this, everything will sort out in one moment. You have to build up the stamina to be with this thought. This is called discrimination. Discrimination is separating the changing from the changeless, separating the permanent from the impermanent, separating from the finite from the infinite principle. Where? Not outside, inside. And oh, the vanquisher of enemies, it was your desire to do the work of the gods that inspired me, sinner, to do this most sinful, abhorrible act with my wicked, corrupt, and devilish wisdom. So she has recognized that. See, in that moment of recognition, one word must have come from sage Vashishta or Bharatji that Ramchandraji is the Lord Narayana himself. Suddenly the things start falling, cut, cut, cut. The domino falls, the matrix breaks away. It dissolves itself. And in that, clarity comes. If someone tells you that, hello, who are you? I'm Swamiji speaking. Oh, your son has just met an accident. Is his name Sanjay? Yeah. Oh, he had an accident and he is almost breathing his last. And you suddenly, if I'm sitting here thinking about my son, I don't have a son, but if I'm thinking, example, and I will go through imagination. What must have happened? How did he? But he's such a careful driver. How come? Was he walking? Was he cycling? Was he on his motorcycle? Was he in the car? Oh, did someone purposely come and hit him? So many options. Windows open up. And the tears are flowing, and suddenly life has become meaningless because my only son is gone. He's breathing his last, and I can't even go to the other country to be at his side in the last moments. And after being in this state for 10-15 minutes, suddenly a call comes. No. We found out that his surname is different. It is not your son. What will go through your mind? Immediate. Suddenly, you are able to breathe. Suddenly the tears, now before the tears were of sorrow, grief, now they are tears of joy. It's not my son, thank God. I knew it could not be mine. And then you start, but you bloody fool, you were thinking of all the negative things. And suddenly you say that no, I was sure that it could not have been mine, my son. See? But instant transformation. That instant transformation, the moment she heard, it is the Lord Narayana himself. This is one option. Second option is, in her contemplation, she must have come to realize. He says oh, the vanquisher of enemies, it was your desire to do the work of the gods. So she must have come to know what sage Vashishta has come told Bharatji, that it is the Lord Narayana who has taken the birth as Sri Ram, and Sri Ram's has to be sent out to the forest to do the work of the gods, because he's got all of them as captives and he's tied them to his bed. And he has to release all of them, and for that he needs to be sent to the forest. So they all requested Saraswati Mata to go and sit on the tongue of Manthara and Kaikeyi, so that these words can be uttered to Dasharath Maharaj, and this vow was encashed, this promise was encashed. And now she recognizes that, hey man, I was feeling bad about myself, but it is not my doing, it is his doing. He only created the whole thing. Who? Narayana. But that's not coming out as arrogance for her. She's still taking, I am the sinner, I should have been more aware. But whatever is happening because of some great power, and that great power is you, O Sri Ram. It is because of your power, because of your will, that I was able to speak such words, was able to bring about such a havoc in the family and send you. It because it was your will. Who am I? I am nobody. Adorable act with my wicked, corrupt and devilish wisdom. Where did this wisdom come? Where does this act come from? Also inspired by your Maya only. Adya pratitosi mama devanam api gocharaha. I have come to recognize you, that is your true self. You are even beyond the comprehension of the mind and speech of gods. What did I say? Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha. Not only of the humans, but also of the gods. So now she has come to recognize it's a revelation. It has happened by the Lord's grace. It only happens when you become zero. It will, if you hold on, I am still your mother, you used to love me, why did you make, she can take a position that if you were my son and I loved you the most, why did you choose me to make all this happen? Why couldn't you find something else? No, she didn't go there arguing. Why didn't you make Kausalya do all this to you? Why you made me do this? She didn't get into that. She became zero. She became zero. Many people, you must have come across many people, when one couple is absolutely committed to each other, if one dies within few hours, the next one also dies, isn't it? They also breathe the last, because they cannot imagine separation without, to live without the other. See? Here also, she has come to realize that everything is that divine alone, and therefore no arrogance. I have come to recognize you. Recognize. I had forgotten. I had the love for you. You were my favorite, but even that love was not enough for me to be free from the effects of Maya. So you only put that Maya in my head, on my tongue. Now that I have free of that Maya, now I recognize you. Not you as Sri Ram, not you as my son, not you as Dasharath Nandan, but you in your true essence. This transformation has taken place in Kaikeyi. You are even, and what is that, which is, now she's elaborating. Adya pratitosi mama devanam api gocharaha. That you are that true self which is not comprehensible. Gochara is through the senses. Senses cannot access it, that true self. The mind cannot, you can use mind also in Gochara, because the sixth sense is the mind. And speech also cannot talk about it. See how beautiful. One paragraph is telling you so much. If we have the acumen, we have oriented our mind to look through the words. You see these in early mid 90s, late 90s, these तुम्हारे पास भी किसी के पास होगा. We used to get, it used to come every Saturday newspaper, it used to come. So they will give a picture, dot, 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 and you have to see through it. So you can't see anything, only dots, but if you see through it and you have to go beyond the paper. If this is the paper, you have to keep your attention in and through the paper about here. Then the picture in that will reveal itself. So I had seen Shirdi Sai Baba, Satya Sai Baba, Om, Ganesha, क्या बोलते हैं उसको मेरे को पता नहीं, but that was the craze at that time. So similarly, you have to go in and through, just like paper is in front of you, but the picture has to reveal itself. You have to become available. For becoming available, you have to look at a point which is beyond your vision. That point is not in the paper, it is beyond the paper. So what are you looking at? I don't know, but I'm looking. Where is it? I don't know, it's beyond. Where beyond? No, you have to go beyond. Imaginary point. It comes out of faith. And then you develop. Then you start. If you develop that capacity, you will be able to see beyond the dots of body, senses, mind, thoughts, intellect, etc., etc. See. पाहि विश्वेश्वरानंत जगन्नाथ नमोस्तुते छिन्धि स्नेहमयं पाशं पुत्रवित्तादिगोचरं त्वज्ञाननखल खड्गेन त्वामहं शरणं गता कैकेय्या वचनं श्रुत्वा रामसस्मितमब्रवीत्. O the Lord of the universe, O the eternal and timeless one, Pahi Vishweshwarananta. Vishweshwara, the Lord of the universe. Ananta, the beginningless, the infinite Lord. Jagannatha, the Lord of the whole world. Namostute, my prostrations to you. See how quickly the transformation within how many? 4 lines. It's just pouring out of her. She has totally surrendered. Her vision has transformed. She's, instead of the form of Ram, her attention is on the divinity that is pervading everywhere. Chindi snehamayam. O Jagannatha Lord, I bow and pay my respects to you. O Lord, Chindi snehamayam pasham putra vittadi gocharam. O Lord, I am in your refuge, shelter. You must cut and destroy my shackles represented by the cravings, love and attachment towards my sons and wealth, with the sword representing the fire of enlightenment and truthful wisdom. Chindi means to cut. Chindi. Cut through your negativities. Cut through your imaginations. Cut through your... Who has the capacity to cut?
Ourselves.
No. Never trust yourself. Ourselves, no. Only the Lord has the power to cut it. If you say, I have the power, you are in for a long, long journey through lifetimes. Only the Lord has the power to cut. Only the permanent can cut the impermanent. Ego is impermanent. Ego is actually not even impermanent. It is existing in its own absence. Seems to be there, but is not there. So she's saying that, please take me into take me into your shelter and break away my shackles, break away my desires, shackles, and about what? Putra vittadi gocharam. What are the shackles? These are the 3 desires. What are they? Putreshana, desire to have children. Why you want to have children? You want to continue your lineage. This, even sannyasis are not free of it. They want my lineage should continue. So they will put one next Uttaradhikari. Sai Baba, Shirdi Sai Baba, no Uttaradhikari. Satya Sai Baba, no Uttaradhikari. Isn't it? Nisargadatta Maharaj, no Uttaradhikari. Who else? Ramana Maharshi, no Uttaradhikari. Akhandanand Maharaj, the lineage goes on. But he didn't say that you become the next. He didn't say that. See? So majority, those who know, they will never have Uttaradhikari. They know it's all the play of the divine. And if there are Uttaradhikari, anyway, why am I going into all this? Point is Putreshana, the desire for children. Oh, forget about continuing the lineage. Why you want children? In the olden times, I don't know about nowadays. You want children, someone should light my fire when I die. किसी को तो अग्नि देनी है ना. Someone has to light my fire. Someone has to put the fire to the wood in which I will be enveloped, this body, because you think you are the body. And the only way of liberation is if someone puts fire. Arey yaar, you invoke the fire inside. Finish off yourself like Shabri. Who she had? Did she have any child? Kabandha. He liberated. Ramchandraji came. Did he call Ramchandraji? Ramchandraji came to him. Did Shabri call Ramchandraji? She remembered. But when was he going to come? She didn't know. He came. He came. She got liberated. You also get liberated. You invoke the Ram Naam in your heart and mind. बाकी सब कुछ ये नहीं करेंगे. बाकी सब कुछ करेंगे. We'll go to the pilgrimage, we'll go to Ayodhya, we'll go to Kashi Vishwanath, we'll chant Ramayana, but we will not take his name. Single pointedly. Ekagra Chit. With this disposition that I must be finished in taking his name. His name should take me over. I met one Mahatma Ji, Belsare Maharaj. Some of you may have heard, but Belsare Maharaj, Swamiji told us about Belsare Maharaj when we were studying with him. And me and two other brahmacharis, we were not allowed to go out of the ashram. But we three were special. Special in the sense, the one person, he used to drive Swamiji everywhere. If he had weekends, if he had to go for lectures. I was given the responsibility, many responsibilities given to me. And I also, if I had to go out, I will say, oh, I have to go to the bank because NRI, no? I will find some excuse to go out. And then the third one, he was also very close to Swamiji, but if someone is sick, then Swamiji used to send him. And one day when we heard, I said, yeah, I want to see, is Belsare Maharaj here? He said, yeah, we know where he is. But we have never been. So I said, let's go. So we went. So that day, Swamiji mentioned two Mahatmas. One was this Belsare Maharaj, and one was one more person, Sundaram. And he was living in RBI colony. And we went to RBI colony. First we went to RBI. And what was there? In the room, if you go inside, he was Sai Baba devotee. Shirdi Sai and what do you call, Puttaparthi Sai, same for him. And in his house, padukas are coming out of the ceiling, half statues have come out of the ceiling, and one day before on Shirdi Jayanti, an entire statue had manifested itself in the house. And one Shivling had come and he had called Swamiji and he had given him the Shivling. This Baba has told me to give it to you. So now Swamiji has got and all this. I never seen it in my life. कि दीवारों में से पादुका निकल रही है. Statues coming out of the wall. Some of them are fully manifested. Some of them are, don't they fall? You can't even imagine. Imagine out of the wall something is, that statue. Imagine it is, either someone has constructed it like that or it is manifesting out of it. We were fascinated. We have to go. So Swamiji had gone for lectures. or he had gone, no, he had not gone for lectures. He had gone to Uganda that time. So we three of us, we said, okay, let's go. No, he had not gone to Uganda. He had gone for lectures, correct. Someone else had driven him, taken him. So the one who used to go and drive him, he was also free. So I said, chalo chale, chalo chalta hai. So we went to the Sundaram's place. We reached there after breakfast. By the time we caught the bus and the train and everything, we reached there by 11 o'clock. And we were fascinated looking at the whole thing. And we told, how do you introduce us? We are Swami Anubhavanji's Shishya, we are studying with him. Oh, really? Extra respect. So, and he showed us everything, gave us the tirth. Suddenly we heard a car coming and we were on the first floor. Car come. Looked through the window. Swamiji is getting out of the car. Robe teri ki. And we told Sundaram, sir, please don't tell Swamiji. Quickly we opened the door, ran up the stairs, and we are waiting. Not even breathing because he's coming. Katak, 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 katak. He came, spent maybe 10-15 minutes inside, and then he went his way. And we are sweating, man, upstairs on the landing, next floor. And then there's only a terrace. And he came, he was looking down and coming. Suddenly he turned towards the stairs going up. Abbe, chutti ho gayi. What will we tell him? We can't say anything. But he turned around. Sundaram is a great devotee of Swamiji also. So he must have told him. So he just went away. But he indirectly mentioned it in one of the lectures afterwards that I know these fellows, they what not they do, they want to go and see whatever I have told to confirm whether I have told the truth or not. And then same day I went to, we all three of us went to Belsare Maharaj. Now Belsare Maharaj is a unique person. He was a devotee of Hanumanji and Gondolekar Maharaj. And the Ram Naam had permeated into him in his mind and being so deeply that even if you put your ear to his skin, the skin is also chanting Ram, Ram, Ram. You can hear it. And in his last moments, Hanumanji came in Gondavle, gave him the prasad and left, and he said, now 3 days later I'm concluding he was 97 years old. Dekho, aise, all this is possible within your life for yourself. Don't live we live, I'm not telling you, we live a life, one leg in the world, one leg in spirituality. You will be torn apart. It will be very painful. Then how do you live? Like a lotus, which lives in the dirty waters, but doesn't get touched by the dirty waters. Gets nourished by the dirty waters, but no drop of dirty water sticks to the lotus. Live like that. And that is only possible if our attention, our focus, our single-pointedness, our commitment, our surrender is towards the divinity. Take divinity as Baba, take divinity as Ram, take divinity as Krishna, Om, Paramatma, whatever. But that commitment has to be there. And in that commitment, in that attentiveness towards that continuous remembrance of that divinity, let life be lived. Let life be lived. Right now you're doing that, whether you like it or not. How you're doing it, whether you like it or not, continuously in the depths of your heart and mind, your children, your family, your parents, your husband, your wife are continuously, they have hijacked your mind. And every action in your day, in your 24 hours is guided by what has hijacked your mind, correct? Allow the Lord to hijack your mind. Then actions will be the similar. Right now it is attachment-oriented actions, then it will be divine-oriented actions, isn't it? सिंपल, ये शिफ्ट लाना है. बट ये शिफ्ट डोंट वेट, जब उसकी मर्जी होगी तब होगा. या तो ऐसे बोलना. इफ यू वांट टू से इट लाइक दैट, देन से अबाउट एवरीथिंग इन लाइफ, नॉट ओनली व्हेन इट कम्स टू स्पिरिचुअलिटी. So this transformation, our Kaikeyi Mata, Maya, she has gone through, and she's saying, you must Tvat Jnana Anala Khadgena Tvamaham Sharanam Gata. I am at your feet, I am at your, I take refuge at your feet, and you burn away my Agyan, you burn away, cut away my Khadgena. Khadgena is the sword. You cut it away, cut away my shortcomings. And what are the shortcomings? My cravings, my love, my attachment towards my, what did I say the first attachment was towards? The desire to have children. Putreshana. Second, the word used was putra vitta. Vitta means vitteshana, desire to have wealth. Burn that away, cut that away. And the third is adi gocharam, meaning there technically the third one is called putreshna, vitteshna, lokeshna. Lokeshna is for name and fame. When you have good children, you sing the glory of your children. When you have a lot of money, you show off your money. And when you have money, people will come and praise you. Those who you don't know also, they will also come say, oh, you are great, this, that. And then as more and more people come, see these politicians. See? So it's a adrenaline rush. When they see 1 lakh people, for me they have come, it's a huge motivation for them. They feel that they are not less than gods. That's the feeling. They are a force to reckon with. They can do anything that they want. See? So we must, so when she says putra vittadi, adi means that third one, which is lokeshana. And gocharam, the gocharam is the senses, they are continuously by naturally they are going out. Cut them, destroy them, burn them. So that I am not subservient to the objects of the world or the stimuli of the world through the senses. I am, my senses, my mind, my intellect is committed to you, O Lord. And in this way, sons and wealth with the sword representing. And what is that? Tvajnana. What is that? Sword of knowledge. The sword of the fire of knowledge. So that can be the kundalini, that could be the enquiry, that could be the samadhi abhyas, that could be nam jap. These are the different ways. Kriya yoga. These are the different ways. So here she says that sons and wealth with the sword representing the fire of enlightenment and truthful wisdom. So once and for all, finish this off for me. I don't want, now I am feeling this way. What is guarantee that again I will not fall in love with my son and commit another mistake like this in the future? I want a complete, absolve me of this. No more getting attached to anyone or anything. Kaikeyi vachanam shrutva ramas asmitam abravit. So, coming from such delirious words coming out of her mind, because of the effect of Maya, here she is asking for liberation from Ram. That give me.
Sorry, Swamiji. जो हाँ इसमें फायर ऐसे जो
अभी हम आग की बात कर रहे हैं.
पता नहीं कैसे मुझे धुआं भी लगा. नहीं शॉर्ट सर्किट हुआ कोई.
बंद कर दो नीचे से. ठीक है भाई, जला दिया. अच्छी बात है. क्या जादू किया भाई तुमने? बैठो बैठो, तुम कहाँ जा रहे हो? कुछ नहीं होगा. So what happened was, in the photograph of Shirdi Sai Baba, the fire appeared. हाँ, ज्ञानाग्नि, ज्ञानाग्नि. ओए, उसको बुला, उसको बोल, लेट मी रिकॉर्ड दैट. आगे बंद हो गया. अच्छा, बंद हो गया.
थोड़ी देर से वो दिख रहा मुझे, and I thought it's अगरबत्ती or what it is.
नहीं, वो लाइट उसके अंदर जो है ना वो
पहले हुआ है ऐसे.
नहीं,
उसके अंदर उसके एलईडीज लगी हुई हैं.
चलो कोई बात नहीं, बैठो बैठो बैठो, अभी सब ठीक है. सो दिस इज दी शिरडी साई बाबा. देयर they didn't allow the fire to consume everything. क्या करें. बैठो बैठो, अभी कुछ नहीं होने वाला, सब ठीक है.
नहीं वो सब
उसकी कृपा है.
नहीं.
उसने दिखा दिया कि हो सकता है. आकार के परे जाओ. वो आकार ही जला रहा था. तो where are we? हाँ, कैकेय्या वचनम श्रुत्वा राम सस्मितमब्रवीत. So here she is now asking for liberation. She is asking for a permanent solution. She is not asking for a temporary, please grace me, please मेरा ये कर दो, मेरा वो कर दो. No, 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 no. Permanent. What is that? Grace me with enlightenment. Grace me with enlightenment. So that I am permanently free from putreshna, vitteshna, lokeshna, etc., etc., etc. This is the greatest thing you can ask from the Lord. Hearing these words of sincere remorse and regret, truthful realization and enlightenment from Kaikeyi, Sri Ram smiled and said, Apni Mata, his own mother, meaning stepmother, but they didn't consider her, Ramchandra doesn't consider her as stepmother because she loved and had affection for him more than Kaikeyi. So, Kausalya. And so, when mother is speaking like this, now does he take the position of Ram as the son, or he takes the position of Narayana as the Lord? Let's check. I also don't know. So, मजा आएगा देख के. तो यहाँ पे, here the note says, as is evident, Kaikeyi came to know about the true nature of Sri Ram, just how apparently sage Vasishta's advice to Bharat highlighting this aspect of Sri Ram was in verse number 42-47 above, clearly was passed on to her by none other than Bharat himself. Because, as I said, no son wants his mother to be caught up in the negative and उसका उद्धारी करना, अपनी माँ का उद्धारी करवाना चाहता है ना. तो उस तरह से so whatever we were discussing is already given here. On inquiry, Bharat must have disclosed to his mother what his guru had told him. Kaikeyi met Sri Ram alone to hide her shame, to keep the plan of the god secret, because any hint would have warned the demons and alerted them, and might have thrown a spanner in the whole scheme of things, and also to assuage the hurt feelings of Sri Ram, if he had any. This is the reason why Sri Ram never expressed any resentment and rancor towards her, but the fact that she had apologized was not known even to Bharat, for he has been cross with her for the rest of his life. Tulsidas has clearly said in his Gitavali, Uttarakhand, Khand, verse number 37, and those verses from 56 to 62 can be called as Gospel of Kaikeyi. That is her realization, her recognition of the truth. These moments like this, like what Kaikeyi is having, such moments come in everyone's life. Understand, nothing happens by chance. But in everyone's life, for whatever short moment it may come, but it comes. But after it comes, again we become slaves of the world. For that moment it's great, some great feeling, maybe we start taking the name of the Lord, but then we don't keep working on it, so that feeling of that surrender, that has to be continued. Then what do we say? नहीं पर जीना तो है ना, कमाना तो है ना, ड्यूटी तो करनी है ना, बच्चों को पालना तो है ना. किसने कहा मत करो, पर उसको भूलो तो मत. पर हम उसको ज़्यादा वी गिव इम्पोर्टेंस टू वॉट आई हैव टू डू in the world rather than what I should do, which is remember the Lord and live in the world. This is the difference. Living will not stop whether you stop or you don't stop. Loving will continue to happen in some way or the other. Continuing what Ramchandra ji smilingly says to her, Yadahamam mahabhage nanrutam satyameva tata mayaiva prerita vani tava vaktradvinirgata deva karyartha siddhyartham atra dosha kutastava gachatvam hridimam nityam bhavayanti divanisham sarvatra vigata sneha madbhaktya mokshase chirat aham sarvatra samadrug dveshyo va priya eva va. How beautiful. He says, Ramchandra ji is saying, Sri Ram says to replies to Kaikeyi, oh, the most fortunate one. Why the most fortunate one?
She realized it.
Because suddenly the penny has dropped and she has recognized what the truth is. You are also recognizing. At this moment, when there was silence, you were with the truth. I purposely stopped speaking. Again, I stopped speaking. So this moment of silence where there was no thought in your mind, you're just waiting in there's no expectancy also, you're just waiting. Waiting in silence with no thoughts in the mind is equal to being one with the truth. No experience is required. Experiences happen only because you have a preformed notion that some experience must take place. You have read something, you have heard something, then that, oh, it will be nice if I have that experience. It will be nice if I see Bhagwan in front of my eyes. It will be nice if I see Virat Purusha in front of my eyes. It will be nice if I have this siddhi or that siddhi. If all those you may not recognize, but when you listen, sometimes we interact so intensely, unknowingly, that those thoughts go and form deep impressions within your heart, in your subconscious. And even on the seat of meditation, involuntarily, you will want a darshan of the Lord. And you will, in the silence, you are the source. The Atma is the source. Atma is the essence. Atma is everything. But because you have got these deep subconscious impressions that it has to be Ram, it has to be Krishna, it has to be this, it has to be that, because the desire is there, then that Atma, that Paramatma has to fulfill your desires when it is quiet. So he gives it to you. And people do get darshan. See? Oh, the most fortunate one, because you have recognized with just one word from her son that Sri Ram is Lord Narayana himself, and it was enough for her to catapult into enlightenment. Huh? Whatever you have said is true, nothing is false. Wow. If mummy comes and tells you, your son comes and tells you, Mummy, I think you are the most beautiful, loveliest mother in the world. Will you say no? You will say yes. But if that same fellow comes and tells you, Mummy, I think you are the goddess, you are the Parvati, you are the Saraswati, you are the Lakshmi, एक थप्पड़ मारेगा, ज़्यादा चढ़ा रहा है, क्या चाहिए बोल? है कि नहीं? क्योंकि where is your attention? Where is your attention?
From the sun.
In the praise.
On your body. So when he says beautiful, I am beautiful. If he brings out some qualities, yeah, that I am. Yeah. But when he says a greater quality that you are Durga Lakshmi, Mummy, you were like Kali, I love it. काली बोलता है मेरे को, अभी बताती हूँ. हाँ, तो वो नहीं हम एक्सेप्ट करते. ये वर्ल्डली beauty and characteristics we accept. Divine ones, why do we cringe to accept? Ramchandra ji, who is ever the witness, who is abiding in his own self without showing it off. When Kaikeyi says like this, he is saying, whatever you have said, O mother, or whatever you have said is true, nothing is false. I don't refute it. But he is not saying, I am that. He is saying, I accept what you have said. It is true. But he is not saying, because the moment he says, I am Narayana, he has got identified with the role. Lord will never say he is God. God will never say he is God. Understand this. Self will never say it is the self. All language, all communication, all speech, gross, subtle or causal, happens only in the mind. And what is mind? Where duality is taking place. What is self? Where is only unity. So Ramchandra ji here, the moment she is saying, you are the truth, he is ever in that position. But here a different person has come. It is not Bharat, it is not his Kausalya mother, it is not some other. You have to, whatever the type of person comes in front of you, that type of response, because he is the mirror. He's got no blemishes in him. Ramchandra ji as a person has got no blemishes because he is the Narayana himself. He is uncorrupted, pure, like a mirror. So when Kaikeyi comes, complete reflection, yes, to her, if someone else came, it would have been a different answer. Ravana came, it was a different answer. There also he was a mirror. But what does a mirror reflect? What does a mirror reflect? Whatever comes in front of it, isn't it? So Ravana came with vengeance, Ravana came with anger, Ravana came with the motive of killing. That alone, because Ramchandra ji is not buying his game, he is the master of all the game. So his reflection comes out, and because nobody to own it, nobody to accept it, nobody to give value to it. Same thing happens in your mind. If the thoughts are coming, desires are coming, if you give them value and importance, you will get entangled. If you remain a witness, they die their death. So Ramchandra ji at the outside level he is speaking about Ravan, but inside he is ever the eternal witness. So the thought of Ravana came and it died its own death. And what did it invoke? Whatever he was expressing in the mirror of mind of Ramchandra ji is like the mirror. So if you come with anger, anger will come out. If you come with love, love will come out. Vibhishan came with surrender and Sharanagati, he accepted it. Made him the king. That option was available for Ravan also. All he had to do was come with love, come with acceptance, come with genuineness to Sri Ram. It would have happened, but he didn't. See? So here, the most fortunate one, whatever you have said is true. Zyada ho gaya aaj. Nothing is false. It was because Ramchandra ji and Kaikeyi ji are separate to the whole group. Nobody is able to overhear the conversation. So he is telling the truth to Kaikeyi, who has recognized, and he is saying, it was at my instance, inspiration to fulfill or do the work of the gods that those words had come out of your mouth at my insistence. Because is Lord ever uninspired? Is Lord ever uninspired? Lord is ever inspired. And what is his inspiration? His Shakti. Lord's inspiration is his Shakti. Lord is the non-doer. He cannot do anything. Whatever is done by the Shakti. So, yes, by nature he is inspiration, but that inspiration expresses as his Shakti, as his power, and he says, I made her put those words in your mouth. So, therefore, in this, there is no fault of yours, O mother. Completely absolved her of all guilt. This is the sadhu bhav. Never make anyone feel low about themselves when they are in your presence. Never. That is the biggest disservice that you are doing to that person. No fault of yours. Now you should go. By remembering or invoking me constantly in your heart day and night, Ramchandra ji is saying. Because she is not saying remembering me by Ram as Ram. It could be as Ram also. But she has come to know what Ram is actually, Narayana. So he says, constantly remembering and invoking me constantly. Ananyas chintayanto mam. In your heart day and night, you would become free of all affectionate relationships or any kind of attachments whatsoever. This is the blessing of Sri Ram. So Ramchandra is not saying his hand up, mummy, I give you. No, he's not saying that. There, the mother is not standing in front of him. Who is standing? A person, a devotee is standing, because she is not addressing Ram. She is seeing Ram, but her attention is on the Narayana Tattva, which is expressing through him. See? So at that time, Sri Ram, if he opens his mouth, he is a mirror. So if she is coming with so much devotion and surrender and no arrogance, then that will get reflected out of Sri Ram also. So he is not being the son. He is saying, go, you keep remembering the divine principle, you keep remembering me, the Narayana or Ram, and whatever you have asked, that will take place. What is that? Putreshna, Vitteshna, Lokeshna, and every other Eshna. Eshna means desire. All your desires will be cut. Anala Khadgena. Either they will be burnt or they will be cut. Burning already happened. But we didn't allow it to consume. This is what we do. Little bit fire comes, again we put lot of food and douse it. Let the fire burn. It should burn so much that it burns away all the impurities of the body. Just thoda sa, little bit more and conclude to one verse. You shall become detached and dispassionate, and by virtue of my dedicated devotion and worship, you would soon attain liberation. He is telling his mom, liberation from the bondages of this delusionary, mundane world. I am of an even mind and equanimity towards all. Ramchandra ji is telling. What is that? Which I have been telling you till now. That he is ever the mirror. He does not allow anything to affect him. He does not allow anything or anyone to stick to him, nor he gets stick and attached to anyone. For that, what is that state called? Samatvam yoga uchyate. Equanimity of the mind. Illuminating everything but not getting attached to anything. See? I am of an even mind. Aham sarvatra samadrug. Dvesho va vipra va eva va. Towards all, I do not have anyone who is either dear or opposed. So means I do not have any love or hatred towards anyone. Can you bring your disposition to be like that? Where you are so intoxicated with the name of the Lord, with the remembrance of the Lord, that you have no time to indulge in loving and hating, liking and disliking anything or anyone in this world. That much our absorption should be. That's the absorption Ramchandra ji has, Sita ji has. Sita ji from childhood, she was born only with one purpose, to be one with Ram. And Ramchandra ji, even though he knew it, but he did the game of realizing after Yoga Vasishta. See? After Yoga Vasishta, Ramchandra ji is realized, he is established in the self, he is equanimous. Sita ji is realized, she is equanimous, and two realized masters coming together. Why? That is the destiny of those two. No, but if they are realized, they should not get married. Who told you that? Creation will express in many different ways. And at that level, Ramchandra ji has taken birth. We have seen in Adhyatma Ramayana why Ramchandra ji was born, and we have seen why Sita ji was born. And who were Sita ji and Ramchandra ji? At the worldly level, it is the divine Leela. Who are you to judge? Who are you who don't even know who you are? That one is talking. Who are you who doesn't even have his mind under control? That one is passing judgment. Who are you who don't know that you are essentially the divine? That one is speaking. Who are you? The one who sees only multiplicity in the world. Who are you? The one who has desire for this multiplicity. That person is passing judgment. Does it behove you? Passing judgment on Sri Ram and Sita ji? It's not. So, this is the Adhyatma side. Understand. I'm trying to connect it as much as with our life. Hopefully it is working. If the numbers keep getting less, sometimes they become very less. All of them become subtle bodies. Only on Zoom I can see them. Then suddenly they manifest. Then suddenly they become subtle. मेरे साथ गेम खेल रहे हैं सबके साथ. अच्छी बात है. अनमैनिफेस्ट भी हो जाते हैं. अभी बंद हो जाएगा तो सब अनमैनिफेस्ट हो जाएगा. ओके. ओम पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. पवन सुत हनुमान की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. गंगा मैया की जय. जमुना महारानी की जय. आज के आनंद की जय. नमः पार्वती पतये. हर हर महादेव. जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ. जय जय श्री गुरुदेव दत्त. बोलो शिरडी साईनाथ महाराज की जय जय जय. Sit quietly for a moment.